Okay, so I have English exam next week. To practice it, let me explain how to build your Kuki Shinobu to her maximum potential. Without further wasting your internet quota, let's start the explanation. For the character herself, she's some kind of combination of healer and damage dealer. She plays around elemental mastery and HP, so both of them are good steps for her. Normal attack is not that important, so let's skip that. And for the skill, this is your only source of healing, summoning Grass Light Ring that heal the active character while sacrificing her own health. This ring deals damage to surrounding area for 1.5 seconds and scale with attack. Cooldown is 15 and duration is 12 seconds. With the talent, her EM also affects skill damage and heal instead of just attack and HP. Okay, so for the burst, you want to level this if you really playing a Graphed Kuki Shinobu. It scales on HP and deals electro damage per 0.4 seconds for around 2 seconds. Except if you have below 50% HP, then the burst duration becomes 3.5 seconds. And the last talent that is increasing her healing bonus by 15% if her health drops below 50%. Consolation time, and I want this to be quick, so listen carefully. C1 add more burst AoE, C2 add more E duration, C3 E talent level, C4 add electro damage if doing normal attack during E, C5 Q talent level, C6 cheating death and EM buff. And that was what Kuki Shinobu can do. And then how exactly you play Kuki Shinobu? So Kuki Shinobu can be played on 3 different playstyles, and the first one and arguably the best one is Hyper Bloom. Hyper Bloom reaction is a reaction that triggered if your bloom reacted with electro damage, while Bloom is a reaction triggered by Hydra and Dendro damage. And Kuki Shinobu pretty good at triggering Hyper Bloom because her E has a nice consistency and dealing electro damage. Another good Hyper Bloom trigger are Raiden Shogun and Sino, but we will not jump into those characters for now. And no talent level required to play this Hyper Bloom playstyle, but level 90 Kuki Shinobu is a must because of how transformative reaction works. But actually, leveling up skill level can be a good thing if you refuse to bring another healer other than her. Next playstyle is an Aggravate, which is the least popular build for her. Aggravate occur when electro damage hit an enemy with a Quicken Aura, and Quicken Aura is an aura of Electro and Dendro together. This Aggravate Kuki Shinobu has to level up her burst so she deals more damage, and with how Aggravate damage calculated, level 90 is also required for extra damage. And the last playstyle is Pure Healer if you need Electro Healer other than Dori, increasing max HP as high as possible while using healing bonus circlet to further boost the healing capabilities. And of course, you need high talent level of E to heal you more. Next segment we will talk about weapons, and different playstyle has different weapon to say the least. So I will describe every usable weapon for Kuki Shinobu one by one. Kuki Shinobu needs EM just like Kazuha, so Freedom Sworn is a good option for Hyper Bloom, Healer, and not so good option for Aggravate, because it has the highest elemental mastery out of any sword available in this game. Other EM sword like Irastin and Chokabu Sigure can be a decent choice, but Siva's Moonlight is getting a spotlight, because its passive increase your Kuki Shinobu entire party's energy recharge determined by Kuki Shinobu elemental mastery. And also, Key of Cards Nisut is also a good weapon for healer, but not that good for Hyper Bloom and Aggravate, because passive needs to be triggered first before the damage reaches its maximum value. But for the only HP subs in the game, Cards Nisut deserves its own highlight. And any crit weapon is also good for her, only if you build a Aggravate Kuki Shinobu. But the best crit weapon for her is Primordial Jade Cutter, with HP increase passive, which scales well with her burst. And after knowing what weapon can she use, let us learn what artifact can be benefited her. This will start for Hyper Bloom Kuki Shinobu is only EM. HP can be good if you want more healing, so Trash Artifact with EM mindset can be good piece for her. So the stat will be EM on Sands, EM on Goblet, and guess what? EM on circle. Just slap any bad pieces with EM you have and she will perform well. So for the set, we have Flower of Paradise Lost, the increasing EM and Bloom related reaction, no brainer for her, the best set for Hyper Bloom. Second contender we have Gilded Dreams and 2 pieces of EM sets in almost the same level. Just use your best stat. I mean you don't need substat other than EM and HP here. Next one for Aggravate we want EM, crits, ER and also HP in that manner. So it will be quite complicated to find a good artifact. The stat will be HP or EM or ER on Sands, Electro damage bonus on Goblet and crit on Circle. Depends on your current stat, HP is preferable for Sands to add more damage. The sets for Aggravate is Gilded Dreams with EM bonus or Emblem of Severe Fate with burst damage bonus, your choice. But with Aggravate, I recommend you to have around 150 to 170% energy recharge to consistently burst on cooldown. For the healer build, we want HP, healing bonus, and EM, and you good. With the set of HPs on Sands, HP on Goblet, and healing bonus on Circlet. And for the sets, you want Tenacity of the Millilith for more HP and also a bit of attack boost for your team. And Kuki Shinobu can trigger that 4-set effect consistently even without Constellation unlocked. Ocean Hood Clam and Maiden Beloved is not a good set for her. Her healing is single target, means you cannot heal off-field character. So Ocean Hood Clam passive will not be maximized. But for our playstyle, just use best 2 and 2 sets for her before obtaining the desired set. For the team, you want 3 out of 4 slots available to you to use, because you want at least 1 Dendro teammates and 1 Hydra teammates, or no Hydra teammates if you want to play Aggravate. Or if you want to play healer, she is free to join any team who need Electro healer and not Dory. So I will explain to you how to build Hyper Bloom team. And there are 2 types of Hyper Bloom teams with Dendro on field or Hydra on field. For the Dendro on field, currently we have Alhaitham, Paizu, Cafe, or Nahida. But the one with the highest personal damage is Alhaitham. Paizu can further boost your Hyper Bloom damage and a bit more safety, and Cafe is the one if you don't have any other option. Nahida can be used as an on-field or off-field, depends on your Hydra slot, but she is the strongest candidate for off-field Dendro slot. Another off-field Dendro slot you can have is Dendro Traveler and Yo-Yo. With the Dendro Traveler, you want to be more careful when placing the burst. If Pyro enemy available, Pyro Transfiguration can change Hyper Bloom team to become Electro Charge team. And for Yo-Yo, if you want more safety and a bit of more Dendro application, because her application outside burst is not that great for Hyper Bloom. She is one of the best slot on the 4th slot. And for all the Dendro slot, it is important to have Deepwood memory set on the Dendro character, not in Kuki Shinobu, because Hyper Bloom is considered as Dendro damage but not affected by Dendro damage bonus. Next, we have Hydra slot. With on-field, we have Ayato, Child, and Kokomi. Ayato is the best candidate here with his high personal damage and quick slop style. Also, his Q can work as an off-field trigger. And for the Child, we have a bit of problem on how his E works and no off-field option. And for Kokomi, she can be the second healer and the strong on-field damage when burst is active and also an off-field trigger. Last on-field Hydra slot is Barbara, it's just a cheap option for Kokomi. On the off-field Hydra slot, we have Shinju and Yelan. Both of them have similar kit and you guys know how well they perform. And special case, we have Candace, which is not on the list but I have to include her because with Yao-Yao, they both can perform well on single staggered enemies. And the next one is a flexible slot or the 4th slot. And this one you can choose almost any character and make it Hyper Bloom anyway. It's like the driver slot, who don't need trigger any meaningful reaction with Hyper Bloom but doing personal damage anyway. For example, I have a recent Abyss video with Yoimiya as the 4th slot on my Hyper Bloom team and Head Guy a long time ago. Or if you want more safety, you can bring shielder or healer like Zhongli, Layla, Diana, or Zhu. Zhongli can be strong here, not only with his shield, but also the resistance threat. Second Hydra or Dendro unit can be also good here. For example, if you have Dendro Traveler and Yaoyao on the same team, or Yelan and Kokomi on the same team. But you don't want a certain Pyro character who can trigger Burgeon like Puntao or Choma. And also not any other Electro character, because you don't want any other Electro party member to trigger Hyper Bloom. And lastly, be careful if you bring an Nemo character like Fendi or Kazuha, because if their burst infused with Electro, they can also trigger Hyper Bloom, wasting your effort to find EM pieces for Kuki Shinobu. And for aggressive teams, Kuki Shinobu can be the primary damage dealer or secondary damage dealer. For the primary damage dealer, you want more off-field support who triggers Quicken Aura for her, like Yao Yao or Fizzle. And it is not important who triggers the Quicken, because the aura will stay on the enemy. But if you want her to be a secondary damage dealer, you want the primary damage dealer with more powerful damage potential, such as Alhaitham and Sino. Kaching can also works well if you have strong Dendro slot like Nahida to balancing the aggravate and spread damage. Aggravate Kuki Shinobu and the healer playstyle are interchangeable on the same team, so it is up to you how you want to play her with.
Stand with me! Out of my way! Time to flame cutter! Feel the foot! Witness the power of the water, rain, outlines of fate. I'll settle this. Stand with me. Kuki Shinobu! Making sounds of Let me weave you a verse. No, my soul! That didn't count! Out of my way! Rain outlines your fate. Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of the water. Stand with me. Rain outlines your fate. Feel the split.
So that's it for my English practice session. I hope you learned something on building Kuki Shinobu to your interest. Thanks for listening and hope for the best for the English exam and your Kuki Shinobu. Bye.